Hello there, everybody, and welcome back to Grand Bazaar. We are gearing up for our very last bazaar of the game, which is bittersweet. I've had a lot of fun preparing for these bazaars every single week, and I feel like I could probably keep going with how good I've gotten at stockpiling inventory. The sales number to beat today is 1.2 million. And I was surprised that we had gotten to that point. I thought that it was just over a million. So that adds a little extra layer of challenge here, but I think that we can do it. I've pretty much got my entire inventory all sorted and ready to go. But because I didn't get the chance to do cooking last time, there is one dish that I would like to make in today's video because it will sell for a whopping 22,000 per item. This does require a little bit of setup, but I have also done all of the setup in order to make this dish. And I will also use up some of the stuff that I have here in my inventory. So I'm going to start by combining some curry rice with some of my leftover spinach. The spinach is finally getting its day because we've really done very little with that throughout the course of the game. We will add a tomato, some of our seaweed, and some Jersey milk. So this is another fairly complicated recipe. And that will give us some rainbow curry, which just looks very appetizing, very colorful, very delicious. Now that is worth quite a bit on its own, and we can also use rainbow curry as a base in another dish. And I probably would have made a few more of these if I hadn't made the mistake of converting all of my Jersey milk. I did that yesterday just to get it out of the inventory, but I forgot that I hadn't made these yet. So realistically, I would have liked to make a few more of these, but unfortunately we are going to just be bringing 3 with us today. So we need rainbow curry, but we also need milk curry in order to make this dish as well. Luckily, I do still have some curry powder left over, and it's a good use to get rid of that as well. I have already also made some failed dishes, which is also required for this dish. There's quite a bit of setup involved here. But we're almost done. Now all we really have to do is just combine all of these things for the actual recipe that I've been trying to make this whole time. So we will combine our rainbow curry, our milk curry, as well as 3 failed dishes. And this is going to give us supreme curry. It is the most rare, most expensive curry dish that there is. And I did plan on making some other curry dishes as well, but this takes priority because I can sell it for a little bit of money. And if I want to kind of end things off at the very end of the game, I could still make a few more things. I'm still leaving a lot behind here in my inventory, but most of what I'm leaving behind is tools and seeds. I've pretty much rounded up all of my very expensive items. I watered all of my plants. I got rid of anything in my inventory that I didn't need for today's sale day because we're really not going to have much of an opportunity to leave. We're going to kind of need to be there all day. Now, I would like to pick up these 3 items and put them in my inventory because I do have space for them. I'll quickly pick these up and put them in the inventory, and then I will be on my way. Lots of jewelry today, any leftover gems that I have laying around, all of my huge stacks of food, and we are going to start right at 10 a.m., no messing around. It's going to be a very long bazaar day. And because I've brought so many different varieties of items today, I'm going to try and start with the stuff that sells for the most amount of money, and then we'll work from there. As much as I would love to put out some of the stuff that I have in huge quantities to get rid of it, getting rid of the stuff that is going to sell for the most takes priority, just in case we don't sell everything. So as you can see, the Supreme Curry at 5 stars sells for $22,000, which is insane because that's almost as much as some of our jewelry and our gems. I am still going to try and go for a little bit of variety because variety is always good. I managed to get rid of all the cauliflower in my inventory. I got rid of my pumpkins. So I managed to get rid of a lot of crops as well. And I've been holding on to these pineapple tea cans to sell them today because they are worth $9,400 a piece. So if we sell these tea cans, we're looking at a huge amount of profit with just these alone. I got lots of seeds to get rid of, so I'll kind of just put out one of every type of seed here that I have. I will put out some jewelry and some gems, and we'll go with that, and we'll start here. It's also going to be nice to get rid of some items that don't have such a large stack so that we can rotate our inventory out. We're off to a great start here, attracting people nice and early on. Just gotta make sure not to attract too many people, or I won't be able to keep up. And I did run into that problem when I was running through this in practice. I had so many customers during the very busy peak hours of the day that I just physically wasn't able to keep up with them. $245,000 so far. I'd say that we are off to a phenomenal start. And we still have a lot of people out front, so now I'm going to just take a breather here and put out some more items. Let's put out some more gems. I've also brought along that pink diamond, that very, very valuable gem with me as well. And thanks to the wonderful that allows jewelry to be churned out much quicker, I was able to make some jewelry. I already had some, but I was able to make some more before the bazaar today, which is really nice. I'm pretty much out of ore now. I would have to buy more ore in order to make more jewelry at this point. I think I may have 1 piece of gold and 1 piece of silver left. We're already a little more than halfway to 1 million. And it just feels so good to get rid of this stuff. It's very freeing. And I just love that all of my hard work and my strategizing and my hoarding is paying off. That is just a wonderful feeling. And I mean, we have made so much money that I don't even think our child is ever going to have to work, you know? We could just invest this and future generations won't even have to get a job if they don't want. I do kind of want to save a little bit of spinach for some cooking, but I'm not going to need much. So let's go ahead and put out all of the stuff here because it is starting to go bad. We will put out that emerald that I have left over, and we are left with some of our food and some of our dishes that are not worth as much money now. I've done what I think is smart and gotten rid of a lot of the stuff that was worth a huge amount of value. So I'm still hoping that I'm not going to be left with just seeds, and I will have some variety to keep the people coming in through the door. I have huge stacks of certain types of foods, so hopefully by the end, if we're just left with those items, it'll still create a little bit of a variety for our customers. But it really has not stopped, and the customers haven't been that chatty either. It's really just been down to business. And so far, I also haven't pissed any of them off, which is good. I haven't taken too long and had them walk away on me. And we are now down to our final page worth of items. Managed to get rid of all of that pretty quickly. I've got one more gem hiding in my inventory for some quick cash, but I've just sold my last necklace. And with so much time left in the day and only a couple $1,000 more worth of profit, I think we have this in the bag. I don't know how much more we're going to make than what our previous record was, because it is still hard to move all of this with the time that they give you. But I'm feeling pretty good. We are kind of coming up to our really, really busy time of the day. So I'm gonna make sure that I've got everything out. I'm gonna go ahead and put out those last remaining gems. Make sure all of the counter is completely filled. And I am just gonna go to town. I'm gonna ring that bell. And look at all the people coming in. Again, getting to the point now where if I'm not paying close enough attention, if this keeps up, I will probably have some angry customers on my hands. Just past the $1 million mark, we have 200K worth of sales to do in about 4 hours. I think we got this. I think we got this. Or so I hope. I still have lots of tea cans, which is great. Those are worth a bit of value, and then we have quantity on our side with the rest of our items. Lots and lots of them, so hopefully we have customers buy stuff in bulk. We also have Amir chatting us up, which is quite nice because that will contribute to our customer rating as well. I am curious to see where we're going to be at by the end of the day. It shouldn't take us that much longer to surpass our goal now. It would be really sweet if Grandpa would come by and take some of those seeds off of our hand. I would be eternally grateful if that were to happen. But even without the help of any NPCs with extra money, we've been doing really great. We got about 3 hours left, and realistically I could stay right up until the very end, because at this point there is not really a lot of point in shopping. I mean, how much longer am I gonna play for? And we should have just surpassed our goal. So anything at this point is just gravy. But we did it. We did it. We surpassed our goal, and I still have items left to put out. I've still got lots of stock. I still have lots of stuff at home. If they gave me a few more hours to sell stuff, then I would make even more money. But I think I planned this well. And if I can get rid of some of the fresh stuff, that would be great. I should probably put some more items out at this point, just to fill up my case. The customers are dying down a little bit at this point. It really just feels like 1:30 to 4-ish is like your busiest time, but there are still quite a few people at the front of the store here. Just gotta make sure to get through them all quick enough and in the right order. 1.32 million. And right now I've just put out everything I brought with me that I wanted to sell. So even though we're not going to be able to sell everything, I do think it's very, very impressive that I managed to be able to even put out everything that I brought with me to sell. Obviously impossible to sell all of your seeds unless you've got multiple grandpas coming by and buying, or you just have a lot of customers buying in bulk. But they are always good to have on standby. They really have not failed me throughout the course of the game. And I love that we still also have a variety of stuff too. I went a little crazy on some of my food and I stockpiled very, very high numbers of them, which was probably unnecessary, but at least I was prepared. I am very impressed that Amir has stuck around all day. He's been here right from the beginning, has talked to us multiple times, he's made multiple purchases. And would you look at that, 1.38 million. Probably won't get to 1.4 at this point. We've only got a little bit of time left. We might be able to swing it if we have enough people. That would be amazing. Alright. Just a few more sales. Come on, people, help me out here. There are actually things that I was planning on buying today. I fell a little bit short. And we can see that people are starting to leave the bazaar now. Amir, thank you for your service. 1.39 million. We needed so few more sales to make it 1.4. But still, we crushed it. Not by much, but still, we crushed it. Amazing. Absolutely amazing. Since we're pretty much at the end of the game now, there is not a lot more shopping for me to do. I do still have a little bit of cooking that I could potentially do. This is not the last episode that I was planning on doing. So I will buy some curry powder from Chen. And I've got one little thing that I would like to use chocolate for. Everything else at the bazaar I have. There are, once again, no new recipes. And I definitely could buy some ore from Lloyd because he has both silver and gold. He pretty much has the most ideal lineup of ore right now. But I'm not planning on doing another bazaar day. That was it. So there's not really any point in me doing that. Whew. Okay. Well, I worked very hard. I'm very happy. I'm sure that there are plenty of ways that I could have optimized that. I'm sure there are people out there who have far surpassed that amount of money and haven't even broken a sweat or thought much about it. But I am personally very, very happy with that. it is worth looking at our Bazaar results one last time. I think that Amir alone talked to us enough to get us within our customer service goal. We had some very, very chatty customers kind of in the middle of the day. At the beginning, it was all business. But wow, yes, look at that beautiful sales number. More than double what our second place earner had. Your sales are the best of all time. Yes, they are, for the second time. Your commitment to excellence is amazing. Oh, stop it. I know. I am incredible. I almost wish that this was Animal Crossing so that I could get one of those big golden statues. And we got our customer service award. Heck yes. I don't really need the reward, but I'll take it anyways. I will just stick it in my immortal inventory. It will stay in there immortalized after I am finished with this game. So we still have some food left that I didn't sell. I still have some food left in my storage. But like I said, I am overall very, very happy with how I did. Because if we just go through my inventory, I really don't have a whole heck of a lot left. A lot of just leftover stuff that I have for gifts or that I'm stockpiling seasonal wise. Branches which I'm using for fertilizer, you know, the odd coin, animal products, but a lot of this are leftover tools, animal feed, wonderfuls, seeds. I could just do another bazaar on my own free time if I wanted, just to try and feel the freedom of a completely empty inventory. But I am calling the bazaar at this point done. We have done a bazaar every single week in some form for the past 3, almost 4 years, and I've learned a lot on how to make money in this game and how to optimize your profits. I have $6.6 million, which I'm not using. And we are now sitting at a record of $1.38 million. There's a little bit of money that gets added onto that total from what I sold throughout the week with Raul. And that is it for our bazaars, but it is not quite the end of this playthrough, so please stay tuned for what will probably be our final video next time. I really hope that I have been able to teach those of you who are playing this game some strategies to think of when going to the bazaar, and that I've been able to guide you in making your bazaar the best and the most profitable, and it has honestly just been so much fun. Thank you all so very much for watching and for all your support, and I hope that I will see you next time.